drum to the beat like a metronome. Bogart, Scott-free, call me Metatron. Suckers, I'm stepping on from here to Lebanon. We ballin'. All my fallen angels got weapons drawn. Right-handed God, cut from the pedigree. Let it off, put that on the mob, we gon' let it ring. Heavyweight, smoking hella gas, watch me levitate. Always late, time don't exist in the astral plane. Clocks grill, never make a mountain out of molehill. God's will, mobsters, eat lobster and oxtail. Big dope, mean we keep supreme clientele. Shine like a Ryan belt, iron behind the belt. By the power of God, I swing the beast by his tail. Come hella high water, I pray I won't fail. In my own category, all by myself. As I'm gon' kill them all, only time will tell. Smurfs get murked, pop you like a perk. I'm popping in the east, they heard that Poppy got to work. I'm big dog status, who you try and fuck with? Barking up the wrong tree, I'll put you pups on the pup list. We gon' show up and show out. Showstoppers, we gon' shoot it up at the showdown. Showing no emotion, got the show on the road. Never sold my soul just to rock a sold out show. You know how the saying go, the show must go on. Showboating, when it's showtime, I'ma show off. That's for sure, I'm a shogun. Guess I go to show, I ain't even got to show y'all. Said what I said, follow my speech pattern. Hella chips, hella rings, like I'm trying to be Saturn. Blue chipper draped in red, but only the green matters. Shoot the shepherd in the head, watch all of you sheep scatter. Metatron's cube, bet on the truth. Stomping out the devil's roof, looking out for the gumshoe. Hella kicks like kung fu, stacking what we up to. Franklin's we gon' thumb through. I know what time it is. I know what time it is. They say knowledge speaks and wisdom listens. I'm out the east, I'm on a mission to get it. I'm a beast, I don't need permission to get it. If I'm gon' eat, then we all gon' feast. They say knowledge speaks and wisdom listens. I'm out the east, I'm on a mission to get it. I'm a beast, I don't need permission to get it. If I'm gon' eat, then we all gon' feast. Rock a drum to the beat like a metronome. Bogart, Scott-free, call me Metatron. Suckers, I'm stepping on from here to Lebanon. We ballin'. All my fallen angels got weapons drawn. All my fallen angels got weapons drawn.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Just about on time, I guess, right? 9:30.
Yeah. You know what? Okay. So the Metatron joint, I fucking love that track, right? It's like a fucking, it's the intro to the Metatron album that's going to drop pretty soon here. And I just love, I like taking people on an adventure, right? And I'm very specific. And when I record shit, in my mind, I don't have to go back and do nothing else. It's done when I leave that loud. What kills me in this song, I said what I said, follow my speech pattern, hella chips, hella rings, like I'm trying to be Saturn. But it sounds like I'm trying to be sadder. I'm not trying to be sadder. You know what I mean? Do you hear it like that?
No, I don't take it like that. I just,
Okay, good.
I
You're
just,
hearing
I
me
just
say
hear
sadder.
metaphor of, being very successful. at
Yeah, hella
fantasy
chips,
football.
hella rings, like hella chips as in like
Yeah.
championships, and chips also means money.
Right.
Hella rings, obviously, to
Yeah.
signify that the championships is, like Saturn.
But
Because Saturn is also
whatever, man. I totally. That's not confusing at all. One bit.
okay. Good. No,
Like
you
that.
made me feel better because when I hear it, I go, "Did I say?" I go, "I hate that it sounds like can people? Do I sound like I'm saying Saturn or Saturn?"
No.
Okay, good.
No, Saturn. No, Saturn for sure. Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Because that part, drives me crazy
No.
as a perfectionist.
I 100% got the Saturn out of that.
No, I've never once thought that. So no.
Okay, awesome.
We got
That's
Emil
only
in the
me.
building.
That's
What's
only
up?
me
Good morning,
hearing
Emil.
it. Okay.
But you're the perfectionist and you're writing the music, so you want it perfect.
Here's the thing, too, is like, I'm always, any artist is going to be their most worst critic. That's for sure. And here's the thing, too. I've been working on this whole, like, not sharing my master plan before it's revealed thing. But I feel like when I'm sharing my master plans, I'm sharing it with the ones that matter to me. So, like, I feel like that's that's my trump card here. Is like, but it's like, it also is the point, like, if I don't share nothing with no one, then I hit them over the head with it, boom, out of nowhere. They go, "Oh my God, where'd this come from?" Little do they know I've been working on this master plan for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's trying to find the balance as being an artist, because, like, you have to give the people something to, like, yearn for, right? You have to draw them in, right? Like, somehow you can't just be like, "Listen, wait on it. It's dope." You know what I mean? Like,
All right. Shout out to Emil. Shout
what
out
up,
to
Emil?
PB&J.
What
Shout
up,
out to
PB?
D&D. What up, fella? And shout out to the fella himself, the Guccini.
Shout out to the Guccini. You already know, man. Shout out to the whole gang. You know what I'm saying? The fella. I'm really excited. The fella is dope too, because he's on his master plan right now. Something that he's been sharing with me for a little while now, or even for us behind the scenes. It's pretty dope. I'm a big fan of making a proclamation and then seeing it through. You know what I mean? Because that makes the difference between people that are just jaw jacking and capping. You feel me? Like, we are reflections of who we surround ourselves with. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it really gets me juiced to see what JD's doing right now. You know what I mean? Because it's something he's been working towards. Shout out to our man JD. You know what I'm saying? He will be back. Probably maybe in a week's time. You know what I mean? But just know that he's working on something phenomenal. You know what I mean? So shout out to the fella. Shout out to our man Neon Peacock, Diamond Joseph. Who else am I missing, man? The Ignorant Thinkers. Stay tuned. Shout out to the whole gang.
Shout out to the whole fella.
2026 is pretty cool, man. We have a solid foundation. Shout out to everybody in the chat that is part of the GWN as well. Our foundation is strong, and you can't build a skyscraper unless you have a strong foundation. And with that said, you have definitely tuned in to another Tuesday live edition.
The last one of March, too.
Your game up.
It's your last Wake Your Game Up of March. We got April tomorrow, fella.
We just marching along, aren't we? How you guys doing, fellas?
Good.
Yep. Cool morning. I was up and early, looking out at the skyline, and I guess at a certain elevation enough to where I could see the clouds, like a little cloud, and then the top of the mountain just above the cloud. So I'm not in the clouds. I can see the clouds, and I can see the clouds just underneath the tip of the mountain.
Bro, we're about to get on cloud nine right now. Hold on, where's my light?
It makes it look like
let's get on cloud nine right now.
You can do it.
Yeah, weather patterns. They're very I guess, localized here in California.
Look at this, bro. It's shitty as fuck out here.
Yeah, it was like
It's cloudy here today.
Where I was, it was not foggy at all. But at a certain point, I would say like maybe 5 to 10 miles from here, it was blanketed. It was crazy.
Jade.
You know how like you're a machine guy. You love how things are built and you know what I mean. That's part of your repertoire, right? Is it some type of is it oddly surreal and relaxing when you look at the skyline and you see all the structures that are built? Like, do you have an odd appreciation for shit like that when you're just looking at your balcony?
Architecture?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got these cookie cutter homes over here in front of me, so that's no big deal. I mean, they're nicely built, but no, not that type of stuff. Architecture, I'm not a structural engineer by any means. I like how you said more like machinery, where machines that do processes or.
But when you look at these large structures, the machines are the ones that build these things, right? Like our innovations and as man with machine. Hold on, there's someone using some machinery outside. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me hit the button on my machine that lowers my garage.
There you go. You know.
I need AI to command all my house.
Oh, it will.
Never mind.
That's
Never mind.
like you already
Space
have
Odyssey
something
2001.
similar to that. You can be a bougie person and already have that like Tony Stark lifestyle at home.
We can do that. You know, that's how Bones died.
Just have like a personal.
The AI didn't pick him up. He got crushed by a garage door.
What's on his death certificate? Garage door crusher.
Hell yeah! You know that it all started off with the clap. You remember?
Yeah.
And then the lights.
Clap on.
Yeah, that's so funny.
You know what's crazy is when you're a young sailor, like a young Bogart was, right? The clap is definitely the first thing that oh no.
Pause.
Clap on, the clapper. Hey, called himself a sailor's baby.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, we're on fire this morning.
JD says I was throwing up gang signs. I didn't even know I threw up any of them.
Hey, listen. Lee,
shut up, Brandon. Hey,
Lee's part of this gang. Listen, Lee's gang goes back to the 1800s.
Brandon's got a pro tip more than Brandon.
I did some research, fella. My family goes back far, motherfucker.
Your gang goes back way to the 1800s.
Oh, that's a good one. Hey, you hear that? This is a pro tip. Never install a clapper in the bedroom.
Hey, you might be hitting the bitch from the back. Yeah, that's the lights just going on and off. She got a big enough booty. If she's got a big enough booty, that lights is like a strobe light now. From the back. That motherfucker just, the lights is going on and off. In
there
that
you go. Yep, your neighbors are wondering.
They're like, oh, they're having a rave. They're having a rave over there. No, honey, they're just fucking from the back. The neighbors would already know what time it is.
Oh, my goodness.
I bet the neighbors know
That's
my
crazy
name.
because
My
all that
name,
action
my
with the
name.
clapper probably sets off the Ring doorbell utility. The camera starts lighting up. You're like, all of a sudden, the whole neighborhood has got you on their camera going like, yo, something's weird going on over at Johnson's.
That's funny.
Oh, shit. Yo.
All right. So we are definitely the last wake your game up of March, and we're gonna enter April. Which how many days we at? No, well, I'll wait for your news, Lee. But we are definitely approaching this draft coming up here.
Tomorrow, we're 3 weeks away from the draft.
There it is. Tomorrow we're exactly 21 days away from the draft.
We are on the
Pretty
precipice.
exciting, man. I almost, just to shoot the shit a little bit before we take it to the streets. This Ty Simpson thing, man, to the Jets, bro. I like this.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's starting to heat up.
I'll have to start to break it down.
How do you feel, Cat, man?
Nah, it's all just noise. All this stuff is
That's
too
what I
early to invest into. But I'll start looking at Simpson. But in my initial, I guess my gut feeling on the quarterback class was it'll be an anomaly if any of them are any like decent fantasy quarterbacks in the first 2.
Even Mendoza?
Yeah.
Even what Gangrene has said, he said to it all the time. His eyes are set.
Yeah, they're gonna run. They're gonna run the football like crazy for what it's worth with JT, man. Like, yeah, he's gonna get 60, 70 on the ground, but I think that's just gonna be third down.
That's the floor because he's gonna get targets too.
Yeah, I don't think the passing game is gonna open up like a McCaffrey does for 49ers or anything. I could be. I guess that could be the absolute ceiling that JT could get that type of receiving action. But the catch,
that same argument for the Jets, Brees Hall, for that matter. If they have a rookie QB,
there you go. Whoever
they say Geno's their guy, right?
Yeah,
they say Geno's their guy for now. But still, at the end of the day, if in my world, if they take Ty Simpson, he'll eventually get in there this year. And Brees Hall is going to be an extreme leaning factor for this offense.
Yeah, because they lean on that.
They also got Frank Reich there, who's the guy who drafted. He's the guy who drafted Jonathan Taylor. So we know that he just likes to feed one guy. You know what I mean? Even when you go back to Frank Reich before the Colts, when he was with the Eagles, what did they do? They traded for Jay Ajayi, and they tried to give it all to Jay Ajayi. And then life after Jay Ajayi, they drafted Miles Sanders, and they tried to give it all to Sanders. Like, Frank Reich wants to feed one guy. You know what I mean? When you look at the Eagles' life after Frank Reich, they start going to a committee. Frank Reich want to feed one guy. So I kind of like Brees Hall's outlook this year. You know what I'm saying?
Well, fantasy is going to be crazy. If we could get, like, we have a pretty solid line, and like Brandon said, just keep building the team, which I think the Maliola is a nice addition to our team, especially with positions opening up in the guard. We don't have to have our current tackles play tackle. We could move them inside, and maybe Maui Goa is the guy that we need on the outside, or throw him in the interior. I don't move him around. Depth at the line is what we need. Sorry, pause.
Throw him in the interior.
Yeah, I met like all of that. Did you catch the somehow? I said, "Oh shit!" Pause somehow.
Yeah, he did. He did a good one.
I was like, I don't even catch it. Your reaction.
We have a 9-second pause rule.
Yeah, I must have said.
You're right. You're in the threshold.
Yeah. My mind isn't in the gutter as much as
my mind is always there. I'm from the gutter. I am. You know that's where me and Bones met, in the gutter.
Hey, my bad.
Shit, man.
But anyways, the Jets, if they could get the linebacker or the offensive lineman in the first 2 picks, the first and the 16th. It depends on what wide receiver is available. I've seen Lemon fall out to the 16th, which would be cool.
I have too. I've seen him falling pretty far too.
You guys think you're in any way, shape, or form looking at a Styles?
What?
I think he's gone within the first 8 picks.
But the Jets are right there. What, 2?
But everything I've seen the Jets has been defensive line and interior.
That would be okay. We've seen what the Cowboys do.
Is that the extreme version of it?
I think we can make a trade if we need a defensive tackle. Those veterans are usually good into their
30s.
I'm willing
They
to
get
pick
better
up.
when they're in their late 20s, honestly.
That's a savvy position. You know, you got to learn how to beat
You have to learn that technique.
double teams and shit. Like that's all technique. That's not, oh, I'm just dominating two guys easy or whatever. That doesn't.
I mean, Aaron Darnold
Pause.
is the extreme version.
Damn it, you guys got me putting myself in the gutter. Okay, that one was the pause-worthy one. I can hear that one now.
No, I was talking about throw the guy in the interior. That was the one I was pausing.
That was a pause one too. Okay. Yeah, the Jets are so far away from being relevant that the quarterback is definitely going to be susceptible to the same old Jets situation, right? We don't want to have a young guy in there taking the licks and having no confidence and having to be a Geno Smith to wait 7 years for a team that's not pressuring him to carry everything. And you know what I mean? The Jets are doing something different, which I appreciate. Don't take a quarterback. Wait till 2027. There's going to be a bunch of them. And then take advantage of the class and the weaknesses that you have in front of you now. Shit, maybe make some trades. I don't mind moving back and acquiring more because we're that bad. We need a lot.
Yeah.
But the offensive line, like how the Chargers are focusing on that during their drafts, I think the Jets have kind of some sort of philosophy, similar philosophy anyways, and I wouldn't be surprised
you know who's up?
lineman go in one of those first.
I want to shit on the Cowboys real quick. The Cowboys, you know what I mean? Like, I love shitting on the Cowboys. There's one thing that is tried and true about them in the last, let's say, 15 years. Let's say 11, let's say 12 years for sure. These last 12 years, they have really emphasized their offensive line. Like they, you know what I mean? Remember, you could even go back to when they, Uncle Jerry wanted to get Money Manziel, and then they had to physically restrain him from putting the card in because they had to go get like fucking Martin or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they emphasize their offensive line, and so then they could put a Dak. You know, in the instant that Tony Romo goes down, they could put in a Dak as a rookie because he could operate behind this phenomenal offensive line. And because of this offensive line, he was able to fully develop properly. Because you know what's fucked up? PTSD. Motherfuckers start getting hit. You look at Alex Smith. Alex Smith had to go to therapy to get over his PTSD from getting beat up. And you know, people always go, oh, as a Niner fan, Niner fans always go, we should have drafted Aaron Rodgers. He would have been on his back all the same, just like Alex Smith. Pause. Because that line was so bad. You know what I mean? Like when you have a good offensive line, you were able to develop and actually run these plays. Like it literally starts in the trenches to get to my long-winded point. You know what I mean?
The winning offense, it definitely has a strong offensive line. I think every general manager, if they're thinking about weapons before the idea of making the weapons have a chance, especially the quarterback. I just
what if
don't.
they're the best? But then there's
I
the
don't
Bengals.
understand the organization that drafts the quarterback without having some sort of competent offensive line for them. That's
okay.
For
if the Bengals drafted
Penei Jets are the biggest team to use as an example.
Would Joe Burrow be heralded? Listen. Would Joe Burrow be heralded as the guy he is right now if they drafted Penei Sewell and not Jamar Chase?
I mean, I wouldn't look back at it and say that was a bad idea. You know, that's like, man, they probably did the correct move.
I did see Penei Sewell's going to move to left tackle.
Jamar Chase going before Penei Sewell. That was a surprise.
It happened.
The Jamar
and then the Lions happily took Penei Sewell.
Yeah, exactly. Super happy because he
because they didn't have to reach up or.
I can't remember. There was some sort of relationship in that with that organization.
That's a fact. Jamar Chase and Mighty Joe Young, they're boys.
Yeah.
Because here's what I'm saying. It's like you could actually, just to argue because I fully subscribe to it starts with the trenches. But if I wanted to argue myself, which I'm a psychopath, so I do shit like that, I would point out to the other psychopath, Sagittarius like myself, Shanahan, who will operate with a shitty line because schematically, if he forces himself to fucking find a way to compensate for having a bad offensive line. Now we got to get the ball out quick. Now we got to do, X, Y, and Z. Then there's Brady, who made an entire career out of okay, we're gonna make our offensive line have great numbers, but it's skewed because I'm gonna get this ball out fucking mighty quick.
The only time that I can think of the 49ers being truly the unstoppable force to get to the NFC Championship, the shoe-in, oh yeah, they're going to be like the NFC rep, they're going to win the championship. Those years, they're built around defense, man. Your guys' defenses back when you were really successful.
The Bowman, Patrick Willis, the Smith twins.
Yeah,
all those years for sure.
And then
great
even
offensive line too.
Look at the recent success too for you guys. It's been the same thing. You guys would have a solid offense, but a really.
But
good
then there's last year.
Yeah, that was you guys were so lucky to get into the playoffs. I felt you guys were like, man, I'm glad that the competition elsewhere outside of the NFC West is not very good because you guys got didn't the Seahawks beat you twice?
We split.
What about the Rams?
Split.
Okay, there you go. There's that's a good sign. So now,
and the Seahawks went on to win the Super Bowl.
If you get back to having a solid Niners defense like normal, then that typically solid enough offense is gonna be enough.
I like that you said like normal, right?
Yeah,
because like normal is what means what we're used to.
Yeah, the 49ers play some
right?
good defense.
That's different from. Is that different from reputation? Like when we think of the Bears, right?
Bears is a difficult one because it's been so long since they've been relevant.
Right, but when you think of the Bears, though, right, they have a reputation. You're supposed to have this defense. The Ravens are the same, right?
Ravens, yeah, absolutely. And look at what happened to them. They're in
right.
They're riding the struggle bus right now.
Normal.
They don't know what their identity is. They're
you don't stay here.
The Ravens, holy shit.
That wasn't normal for them, right? The
Yeah.
Ravens, you could say that wasn't normal for this last couple of years for the Ravens defense, right? Them trading for Max Crosby at one point, and then eventually bringing in Hendrickson. This is them going back to normality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, focusing on that defense and trying to get back to doing their normal.
I know. We need to get back to normality on defense as the Niners, for real. You know what's crazy? The Jets too. The Jets are known to be a defensive team.
We got a lot of problems though, so there's holes that I'd appreciate to be filled. Pause. There we go.
Yo, this one is so crazy.
As I was saying, I knew I was gonna have to say it at the end of it. So, hey, I'm getting my head into the gutter. Thank you guys.
Listen, bro, we're from the gutter.
Yeah.
You gotta remember where we're from. Never forget where we're from.
Shit. I mean, it is a run-on joke for years and years and years now. When you listen to football on TV, if you're not familiar with what's going on,
because of the pause world, You can laugh when you're watching, like listening and watching football, not just watching football, listening to the commentaries.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
Hey, Troy Aikman is the best.
Oh man,
he's really.
everybody slips up.
He really came on them, running right up the gut. Troy Aikman is the best. Anyways, are you ready to take me to the streets, Lee?
Oh, we're ready.
Let's go.
Morning, Banks. What's up, my good brother?
What's up, Banks?
Yeah, well, as Bogey said, we're 3 weeks away tomorrow from the NFL draft, so let's go. And for us, we're 142 days away to our West Side draft.
West Side!
And we got 162 days until the NFL season kicks off. Let's go. All right, kiddo, you mind hitting that injury drop?
You got it. Man, the hospital. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, Dami Matabuke for the Ravens, has optimism he'll return from his neck injury this year.
You know, I rock with Justin Matabuke. He actually went to his full African name last year, I think it was, or 2 years ago. He went to.
Did I say it right?
Matabuke.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Nabi Matabuke, man. He's a beast. You know, when it comes to the neck, it's very, very scary. Like, for example, man, shout out to my man J.O.K., man. Jeremiah Owosu Kamara, man. You know what I mean? Same, that shit happened to him. Terrible neck injury. He had to make the doctors said, you can't play, bro. You know what I mean? So I love to hear that Matabuke is saying that he's optimistic he can come back. Because fuck what doctors say. You know your own body. You know what I mean? Pause.
Now, as for Josh Allen, he played through a broken foot in the playoffs last year.
Okay.
I feel like this is cap.
Yeah.
No, listen. I'm not saying you. I'm saying because when you don't, listen, if you ask me, you know why I lost championships last year? I had a fucking, it was my pinky. You know what I mean? I could, no, it's my index finger. I couldn't click the right player to start because my finger was broken. See how that works? See how that sounds?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Now, there are rumors. I'm saying rumors because your GM, Mr. Lynch, feels that Mr. George Kittle could play week 1 possibly.
All right.
Hold on, bro. This is also a man who doesn't believe in the power
Of the substation.
This is a man who says the substation is no match for us.
Yep.
What the fuck? Are you talking about bringing George Kittle back off an Achilles?
Yes.
With the power of the substation?
Let's go.
I think that's cap.
Hey, we've watched Christian McCaffrey bounce back.
Yeah.
PEDs.
Yeah. That the German doctors.
Listen, Christian McCaffrey is white. I don't know if you guys realize that. So he could do PEDs and go right under the radar.
Yeah. Well,
It's a lack of melanin advantage here.
Well,
I sold him the PEDs, allegedly.
There is a player in the Arverian Terrell from Clemson. He aggravated his hamstring on his pro day, and they figured he may be a top 15 pick.
Well, you know what? He's going to come to the Niners in the second round.
Yeah. Well, Donovan Izaruki from the Cowboys is on track for training camp with his hip injury. As for Bogey's 49ers, Nick Bosa and Michael Williams are expected and to be ready for training camp.
You know, if you're a religious person and you're a 49er fan, someone pray. That fan, I need you guys to pray for my Niners. I need you to view all our injured players coming back from injury as the resurrection.
What's up, Crooked Commish?
What's up, Kirk? Hey, shout out to Kirk. I didn't comment in the show last night, but you killed it, man. He was on the 4-star Woo Wop last night. The Bears joints, man. Shout out to them, man.
Shout out to
Shout out
Chicago
to Kirk,
Club.
man. I'm actually currently working on a brand new intro for their pregame show.
Nice.
And he has these cool specifics here. He said, I need you to put the names of the players and things of that nature, right? So look, listen to this joint. I said, first of all, in the streets, to step on someone means to shoot them. You know what I mean? So I said, H.C. Ben Johnson said step on him. He got a shooter named C-Dub, painted nails on the rocket. Bars.
Sounds like somebody's riding a skateboard.
Yeah.
Watch, I'm telling you, it's gonna be. Listen, and the beat they chose is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, as for Travis Hunter and Bo Nix, they're ahead of their rehab schedule, and they should be expected to be ready for OTAs also.
You're rooting against Bo Nix, aren't you?
What?
Why you playing down?
I'm not. Bo who? Bo Diddley? He ain't what?
Oh, that's why. Oh, that was clean.
Bo Diddley
that was
squat.
real clean. You said who? I don't know who that is. You just reported on him.
Well, as for Jonathan Brooks, he's expected to be ready for the off-season programs.
This is the running back who's on his second torn ACL on the same knee.
Yo.
Yeah. I'm rooting for that kid.
Yeah, I hope it's the best for him, but
I'm rooting for that kid.
yeah.
Not as much as I'm rooting for my shares of Trevor Etienne.
Oh yeah, I'll
He
get to that.
can low-key be a thing. No one is looking at him. Fuck Chuba. Fuck fucking Jonathan Brooks, bro. I'm sorry. Trevor Etienne, selfishly, for my shares in Dynasty.
Now, Kitty, you want to hit the contract or extension drops?
Hold on, Lee. What was that, Kitty?
Are you saying Travis or Trevor?
Yeah.
Trevor.
Trevor. Yeah,
Yeah.
really?
With Carolina.
Yeah. Like the fourth on the depth chart.
He's like the
Well,
fourth.
who's on that team? They have Chuba. They have Jonathan Brooks. Trevor.
Yeah, I mean, I would still rather have Travis Etienne right now, wherever he ended up. Where did he go?
No. We're talking about Carolina because we were talking about Jonathan Brooks.
Oh,
Right.
you're talking about
Oh yeah. Okay. So
instead of
Yeah.
having Jordan
Chuba
Brooks,
Hubbard, Travis.
go out, if you want to have a running back, go out and get Trevor Etienne.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Brooks is
would
done. Done.
roll
ski.
the dice on Trevor Etienne just based on
Too
his
early in
rookie.
the offseason. They have to draft some players. We'll see what
Shit, in 3 weeks from tomorrow, they could draft somebody and then
That's
what
true.
I'm saying.
Kidda, do you mind giving me the contract or the extension drop? Either or is fine.
Pause.
Pause. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I got the 9 seconds.
Extension.
I got the 9 seconds.
Oh, I'm so fucking immature.
It's all good. Well,
I'm the most immature. I'm sorry.
the Bills re-signed DeMar Hamlin for 1 year.
You know what?
That's
I love Jamar Hamlin. That guy, you know why I love him? He fucking ruined my Eastside League championship. But I still eventually got it. I eventually went on to win it 2 years later.
Yeah.
Shout out to DeMar Hamlin.
As for Kings Rams, they're preparing an extension for Puka between $22.5 to $43 million per year.
Holy shit! What
later
a
this summer.
fucking range, dude! You just leave $20 million into the equation.
5 years ago, we were at 20.
I guess that means, do you want a 2-year contract or a 4 or 5 year contract or something? Who knows?
Mm. Now, as for the New Orleans Saints, they're working on it.
Hold on.
Mhm.
I feel like all that bullshit that's going on with Puka right now is for the organization to leverage against Puka.
Yeah,
crazy?
it's never a good look for the player.
Yeah.
It forces a situation where you have to prove you're worth your fucking drama.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, can you maintain your, I guess we'll call elite production? Can you maintain that with all this extra diva attention you're going to receive now? Because it's extra.
You know what, bro?
This is all going to be extra for him. He might have been a kook, but this is kind of different. You know what I mean?
Puka is like, here's the thing too, is like, he's not a high draft capital guy. And like,
He's a high value player, though. I don't think.
But he's
at this point,
nonetheless a high value
draft
player, right? Because the high draft capital guys is a different type of politics when it comes to paying them, right? Because you have options to, like say he's the first round draft capital guy. You have the 5th year option. You can drag that thing all the way out. Like for example, Jamar Chase, they dragged him out to the 4th year. Said, "Oh, we're picking up your 5th year option." He's like, "Screw that." Then they actually paid him going into his 5th year. They made him weight it down, and he actually produced. For Puka, is this year 4 he's going into right now?
Yeah.
So this is the last year of his contract. So hold on, 23, 24, 25. Yes, he's going into year 4 in 26.
He'll be a free agent.
It's in their best interest to pay him now while he's going through all this bullshit. And that's why I think conspiracy theory bogey says with all this bullshit going on, the Rams love this shit.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, let's see if we can get him in for 40. Like, don't get him in record setting. But Puka's agent's like, nah, I'm thinking more record setting. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm thinking more reset the market. You know what I mean? Like, but they can get him. Like right now, I bet you the Rams are talking about like 35 a year, but we're talking, 4 years, 120 fully guaranteed, right? He's talking about 43 for 4 years, with 160 guaranteed type of shit. You know what I mean? That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, the Saints are working on an extension pause for Chris Olave.
Yeah, they should.
Yep. Now, as for your 49ers, Bogey, they are progressing on a Trent Williams extension pause for cap space also. I think it was $20 million. The new structure, they could make about $20 million in cap space for y'all.
I made the phone call.
That one, yep, you just probably did. As for the Cowboys, they signed defensive lineman Jonathan Bullard.
This is a good pickup.
Yeah. And the Vikings picked up the 5th year option on Jordan Addison.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Now, as for the Green Bay Packers, and shout out to the Green Bay JB and the Stay Tuned Live crew, the Packers have extension talks with Christian Watson, Tucker Kraft, Jaden Reed, and Carl Brooks, their defensive tackle. But
I wonder how much leverage any of those players truly have.
Now they're talking about Jaden Reed and Carl Brooks will be possibly later into the offseason. But they got to try and work on Watson and Tucker Kraft in the next few weeks.
I don't know. I'm not a Packers fan, but I would like to imagine most Packer fans are looking at their situation and going, man, these players, they get hurt so often, or they're mediocre at like long periods of stretches. Is this like there's no exciting players to look forward to? I think Christian Watson is a talent and he showcased it, but the facts are shit, he's not in your lineup more often than in your lineup.
Pretty much.
That's not high value asset for fantasy. I don't know what I would used I think he would be like almost throwing into a serious trade talk for about like picks and other better, more consistent assets, any position at this point. Or Christian Watson would be a win.
Pretty much. Now, as for the Falcons, they're receiving trade calls for Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I mean, it was the most anticipated breakout for a tight end probably in a long time. We've been waiting this. This hasn't been a thing for Kyle Pitts. His
rookie year, yeah.
And then everything else has been an upsetting experience for fantasy owners.
Yeah.
Last year was definitely the okay, cool. And I think a lot of those teams won their championships. So shout out to the people who either made a move to acquire him or stuck it through. And now that pick is worth its value. If you won that championship, that's all we're looking for.
Yeah. Now, as for the Giants, they contacted the Ravens about a possible Rashod Bateman trade, but they've been in touch.
I can't believe anybody would want to trade for Bateman.
Even on there.
If they're looking to just part ways and escape with the 7th or 6th, then that's fine. But this guy's a first-round draft pick. He definitely was a bust.
Now, as for your New York Jets, they've inquired about Quentin Butterfingers Johnson.
Well, it's more like butter shoulder pads and chest pads because he doesn't really use his hands very well. Although
he used them last year.
I know. I'm just being
the first year. The first year.
I'm being consistent because that's always been my opinion.
The first year, those were
he catches with his body,
palm, hands, and they were like butter.
All right. So we had a stretch of 5 games, which we've seen some special team all stars, all pros, do things on the football field.
Oh,
remember
for sure, yeah.
Johnson? Shit. He'd come out and have these random 5-6 game stretches. And
yeah, that's funny. Now, as for the Vikings and Rams, have checked in on Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson is a better prospect than a lot of these bench quarterbacks that we've got in the league. At least give him a chance to be a running back. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe he won't get concussed or broken bones and things like that.
As for the New York Jets, their wide receiver targets are BTJR, Quentin Johnston, Rashod Bateman, and Dontavius Wicks from the Packers. Those are the targets the Jets have been monitoring. Those are the 4 players that they're interested in.
Yeah, and I mean they're not the only team.
Oh no, those are the 4 teams that were linked to the Jets.
Yeah,
exactly.
I would be happier with Brian Thomas than I'd rather whatever we're gonna have to give up to acquire him. It might not be the worst investment. He's a pretty good player in my opinion, but everybody else, that's just what are we trying to do? Lose? Okay, cool, whatever. As long as we don't give up anything valuable to lose.
Yeah. You mind hitting that free agency frenzy drop?
You got it.
Thanks, buddy.
Free agent.
.420 a.m. radio says Richardson to the Bucks or the Jags.
Yeah, I mean he's got at least some sort of prospect appeal. Like, okay, if we can develop this guy, then he can be a difference maker at goal line situations. At least give him something to manage, and he probably will run for like 12, 15 touchdowns.
That's true. Now, as for the Raiders, they are the favorite for Kirk Cousins, but there's other teams that are up, but the Raiders are the favorites for Kirk Cousins. Now, as for Aaron Old Man Rodgers, he's seeking $30 million a year from the Steelers, and that's the reason why the talks have stalled recently, because it's seeking $30 million a year.
It seems like in this market that wouldn't be like highway robbery or pricing himself out of a market. I don't think anybody's really in the market for a 43-year-old quarterback or however old he is. But the fact is, Pittsburgh is that.
Yeah, this is
could use that 43-year-old quarterback and $30 million. Haven't we've started to see some backup quarterbacks get
about that
$20 million a year, right?
25. Yeah.
Wow, 25 on an average.
I think 25 on average. Yeah. AM Radio goes, let's face it, Anthony Richardson is just Justin Fields 2.0.
Yeah, it's all just basically the next iteration where we're going through the steps. He might sign these 2-year deals that aren't breaking any breaking the bank for any organization to at least see what's left. I don't know. Richardson, like I said, there's some sort of appeal there for what it's worth if he can be a running quarterback and maybe get a decent enough team to move the ball downfield, and then he's a really good option to score 15 touchdowns a year.
Yeah, now as for Justin Simmons, who took a year off, he wants to play for a contender. So we shall see where that goes. I could see the Eagles trying to pick him up because they were trying to get him last year.
Yeah.
Now, as for Najee Harris, he prefers playing on the West Coast. Seattle, San Francisco, or the Raiders are his destination. He would like to play for. So that's that. And as for Bobby Wagner, he's unlikely to come back to the Commanders. That's what they're saying. But I saw the Commanders would like to bring him back if the price was not as high also.
Oh, okay.
Now, as for DJ Reader, he's likely signing post-draft. So that's what they said. Now, as for Eric Armstead, he's a cut candidate for the Jaguars. And the Cowboys are unsure on George Pickens' off-season attendance for OTAs because of that contract. So
it's not the worst thing, It's like keep him away from football activities. That's a higher probability of him not getting injured. I don't think the chemistry wanes over an off season. So the quarterback is there, the receiver is there. If he hasn't lost a step, then the timing should be on. If he has lost the step, then they just make a small adjustment, and then they're back on the same page. I'm not concerned with George Pickens.
Yeah.
What about you? You think George Pickens is actually concerned with OTAs?
I just think he's concerned about the MONEY.
Yeah.
How big the dollar bill and how big the bags will be. I don't think he cares about anything else.
Yeah.
He's if he's a true professional, he'll be ready for it,
Yeah.
But, I did see that living here in Dallas, it's all over the news. They said that they want to make him a part of the franchise for a long time. It's just about finding the correct number and the cap and stuff like that. So the Cowboys are dead set about signing him. It's just it's all about the numbers now. It looks like from what I hear here in DFW. So
that's
right. Now, as for the Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Massage hands-on Watson is in pole position for the Week 1 start as of right now, before we get to training camp. So it's going to be between hands-on Watson or Shador. So we shall see what happens on that front. Now, as for the Jets, they named Geno Smith the starter for 2026.
Oh, well, obviously.
Yes, sir. Now, as for the Rams, they're considering either Jimmy G or Cousins as their backup. I know McVay had an interview yesterday at the owners' meeting, and he's really trying to push for Kirk Cousins because of the correlation. He's had Cousins before when he was the OC in Atlanta, I believe, or something like that.
Okay.
And then the Steelers are, as I said, they're just waiting on Aaron Rodgers. So on that part. Now, as for draft rumors, the Patriots are hoping and they're going to be aggressively on moving up in the first round to draft an offensive lineman. They want to move up in the draft in the first round. And as for the Browns, As for the Browns, they're going to target a wide receiver and left tackle in this draft, and in 2027, a quarterback likely.
Yeah.
As you would say with the Jets, you have more of ambition for a quarterback in the 2027 draft than this year.
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
The Giants.
We got a lot of moves that we can make this season to put that 2027 quarterback in a way better position that this 26 quarterback's going to
be. Bakes just says it's not going to be Cousins. It will be Russell Wilson. Wilson has ties with Mike Sullivan from his time. Senior. We shall see. Yeah.
They're both kind of cooked, they're beyond their years.
Oh, yes.
But I would say Wilson
cheaper option.
Yeah. I think the consistency in the beginning might be a little bit favorable for Wilson too. And because he tends to start off, relatively okay and then, flutter off. With Cousins, I don't know what we're going to get out of him. We haven't seen him in so long. And that's going to be really ugly because the last time we've seen Cousins, that was atrocious. I didn't want no part of Cousins playing football for any organization. When I heard that, the Jets, and I'm like, no, don't do that.
Now, as for the Giants, they're eyeing Jeremiah Love if he gets past number 4 at if Tennessee passes on him. So the Giants are eyeing that. Now, as for the Bills, they're targeting pass rush early in the draft. The Saints are interested in Caleb Downs, which as many teams are. And the Browns are considering Caden Proctor at number 6. And the Rams are very interested in Sadiq if he makes it to 13. I think he probably would make it to 13. And they say
we're about 3 weeks away.
3 weeks out, yeah. And the Raiders did say this morning that they hint at adding a backup quarterback with the next few weeks. So we shall see close to the draft.
Yeah, a lot of post-draft moves.
Yeah,
happening.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, there was a lot of visits. The Chargers brought in Greg Dusaris from Memphis. We brought in Caleb Douglas from Texas Tech. The Rams brought in Garrett Nussmeier for a workout.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's a player that's always been somewhat interesting. That LSU quarterback.
Welcome back, Boggy.
It makes
my bad. I had to take a work call.
Pretty good.
No, it's all good.
You know what I mean? Got to get the bag. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then I'm on this whole hype right now when it comes to life, bro. Because what I'm saying, I unfortunately had multiple deaths in my family in this past month, and one was due to a terminal illness and old, coupled with a full life of old age, eclipsing 80 years old. Rest in peace to my Aunt Rita.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the untimely death of my cousin Junebug, who was going to get a surgery and had multiple strokes in recovery, and then a massive heart attack to go along with it, and then died after the surgery. So, just these different examples. My bad. But to get to my long-winded point as usual, I'm just like, I got to get it every single fucking way possible while I'm alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So even I'm closing this deal with my client on the phone. I get the phone call, I'm closing the deal. And I go for and the deal gets closed in 2 minutes. And I go for 10 minutes talking about how I love this life that we live. You know what I mean? I'm like, listen, we got to just keep living. We're not just alive, bruh. You know what I mean? I know some alive, dead motherfuckers, to be honest with you, bruh. You know what I mean? I'm alive. I'm trying to live this motherfucker. Go ahead, Lee. Continue.
Well, the Jets were very impressed with Ty Simpson's workout. So we had, I think Friday. Now, as for the Chiefs, they're optimistic Mahomes will participate in OTAs, possibly.
I think the Jets are using this as a utility knife type of transaction, where on draft day we move off of 2 because somebody wants Ty Simpson so bad.
Yeah, there's a lot.
They're afraid we're going to grab him.
So let's play this game. Steelers are rumored to be involved in some kind of quarterback conversation.
Yeah, they might
would the Steelers be the ones to move up? Because I don't think anyone's paying too much to move up for a Ty Simpson. But if there is a team, it would be the Steelers, in my opinion, they can move up, and the Jets can move back down and maybe get like a future or something, or
because
Mike
McCarthy came out yesterday and said he sees the Steelers starting quarterback in this draft.
Oh, nice.
You know what's funny? Mike McCarthy, when he said that statement, he said
102 is on the block.
He said it like this. Mike McCarthy permanently has his arms crossed like this. You guys ever notice that?
Yeah. No.
Mike McCarthy is forever just arms crossed.
Yeah, and the Browns made it.
He's hugging himself.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns made it clear they will not be trading Myles Garrett, even though with the restructure of his contract, he is not. What do they say? It's a Browns contract for life, so he's not going anywhere. Now, as for the 49ers, this is crazy. They are not rushing the Brandon Ayuk decision because they still want to get something for him.
You have till June.
Yeah, no. So they said that they're going to hold on to him as long as possible.
We're trying to get anything for him. Like, we're going to get a 2028 7 for him. Like, yeah, all right, we'll do it.
Now, I know we brought up Penei Sewell earlier in the show. Lions are considering moving him to the left tackle.
I mean, Taylor Decker, what happened to Taylor Decker?
I don't know. He had the falling out because I've seen a lot of stuff in blurbs that he and ownership and the coach had a falling out.
What is going on with Taylor Decker contractually? Should have been the question I said.
Let me see. Let me check for it now.
Because why? Yeah, Penei Sewell is the ultimate talent. I'm not arguing with that point. Like, oh, let's move him to the left side. But why the fuck? What happened to Taylor Decker? Because let's be honest, like when
he was released. He was released.
What?
Yeah, his release allowed the Lions to sign 3 players.
Oh, it was a money thing. Okay. All right, continue. Yeah, that makes total sense then. Yeah, move Penei to the left side. Fuck it.
Yeah, so and the Saints are planning to use Alvin Kamara and ETN combo in the backfield in 2026.
Fuck it. What are we gonna do? Yeah. You know why I love that? What you just said right now? Because naturally, motherfuckers shouldn't pay up for any of these running backs super high. I feel like we're gonna get ETN at a great. ETN's the one to have, obviously. I feel like his value will be very moderate in price in redraft season this year if they have Alvin Kamara on that team still. It'll naturally make people go, don't spend too high up on ETN. They got Kamara there.
Yeah,
and big drop ETN for us to go and swoop up ETN, being a fucking heavy wide receiver drafting motherfucker that I am. Let's go.
Bakes says, laugh my ass off. I feel the Rams are deflecting for another team to take Sadiq early to fuck them over. Kenyon's ceiling is Evan Ingram, and his floor is Sanders from IMO. Yeah.
You know, Sadiq is interesting. Like, who's gonna pick him up? You know, Sean McVay, when he was with the Commandos before he became the offensive coordinator under John Gruden, he was with the Shanahans in them, right? And here's what's funny. He was the tight ends coach. You know who his tight end was? Jordan Reed. You know what I mean? When he became the offensive coordinator, very tight end centric. Sean McVay is very legit when it comes to like play designing and shit like that. Look at last year. You know what I'm saying? They started like they were very tight end centric outside of, first of all, they run a fuck ton of plays where you can highlight every position enough, because if you run enough plays, you could utilize everyone enough, right?
Yeah.
And so they ran a shitload of plays, but the tight ends were very involved. It sucks because they had like 3 of them. They had Ferguson, the rookie. They had Parkinson, the fucking third-year guy, or the sophomore, or whatever he is, third-year guy.
Yeah.
And then they had fucking Higbee come back from injury. They utilized all of them. Would it be far-fetched that they go and get a big dog tight end? No. But is it along the lines of what they do to broadcast that they want this guy for other people to draw the interest to move up, yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And if it was anyone, Sadiq would be the one because that would be what Bogart would hate on the most. I'd be like, fuck the Rams.
Now, as for Fernando Mendoza, he's working with Brian Greasy with the Raiders playbook, just like they were doing with Joe Burrow before he was drafted. He's already had the playbook for about 2 weeks and trying to learn it. So,
Brian,
Yep, Ty Simpson's up for grabs, fellas. Let's go. 102 is on the block. You already know who you got if you want him.
yeah, they're saying it's the pre-draft compensation to Joe Burrow situation. He just had the playbook 2 weeks in advance to learn it before it was been picked. Now, as for Jackson,
hold on. That's not considered tampering at all,
Are we in the tampering
huh?
period?
No, we're not. My
No.
bad.
No.
Ignore what I just said. Ignore
now
it.
as for Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors, they're recruiting OBJ to the Giants.
I mean, what? Gino gets signed back to the Jets, and everyone's like, "Fuck it, this is what we're doing, bro. Nostalgia."
Well, I mean, it's definitely more. Your sanity is more intact with Geno Smith than Kirk Cousins. You know,
It's a fact.
and we're both headed in the same direction with both quarterbacks. But with at least Geno on the field, we don't really have to make everybody on the team feel like shit.
He wasn't not playing
All of a
football
sudden,
last year.
like zero more
Well,
football.
Hold on, Lee.
Whole
Hold on,
thing
Lee.
up.
Hey, okay, all right. So OBJ, okay. This is really stupid. If he goes back to the NFL and it is the Giants, he is not useful like that in fantasy. He's more of a reality helper, right?
more of I need some money.
You know what's crazy, bro, is his last contract that he had in the NFL,
He blew
or
it.
his last few contracts, he got paid in Bitcoin. So he's doing pretty well for himself, all things considered, right?
But he
I don't
blow
think
up
it's
the
about
whole
money.
contract
I
he
think
had.
it's
Though?
about the last that we've seen him doing good in the NFL, he tore his ACL in a Super Bowl catching a touchdown in the fucking Super Bowl, right? And he won a championship. Then he did the little bullshit with the Ravens, was it? Well,
Yeah.
was it the Dolphins? Then
It
the
was the Ravens. It was the Ravens. He was with Lamar.
He was even with the Dolphins too.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit, right? Just not even, nothing that matters. I think that this is a version of him trying to get back to be like, all right, y'all. This is, remember me like this. He should have just left it at tearing the ACL, catching a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that's been that's true. But no.
Go ahead, Lee. What you got?
Let's see. As for the NFL, they may stream preseason games. They're going to sell preseason packages.
Yeah.
And as
This is
for
what we've come to?
yeah, and now also there's a potential CBA change and salary cap on individuals. I don't know. Now also the league may add,
What does that
Run
even
that
mean?
back.
Individuals?
Read that again.
But
potential CBA change, and they said
Kirk can no
a
longer
salary cap on
get
individuals.
money from the,
Right? That's exactly what I
They're
thought,
like-
kiddo.
like what
Yeah.
is that? They're
Hold
like,
on, run that back again, Lee. Because
It said-
what Kiddo just said, I agree with him. That's how I read. That's
all
how I
it
heard
said was a potential CBA change and also a salary cap on individuals. I didn't quite understand that. So now also the league may add.
Hold on, real quick. Salary cap on individuals?
Yeah, that's what I couldn't. That last part I couldn't get the individual
That's
part.
the part that's fucking me up because
Yeah, I know.
position.
what does that mean? Like, listen, your potential won't allow you to get X amount of money, so we're gonna go ahead and put a cap on you.
Yeah, some
Like, what if you blow up and have the outlier year now?
Yeah.
That's what it means, bro.
Mhm.
Look at CeeDee Lamb. What does CeeDee Lamb's career look like right now?
Career earnings?
No, what does his career numbers look like right now from year to year? He has one big
really
year,
solid.
right?
Oh,
But how many WR1 finishes had CD with?
There you go. That's there. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. How many WR1 finishes does CeeDee Lamb have? Let's use him as
I want to say
example.
that he's had 4. Is it like Jefferson where they've had?
No, it's not like Jefferson.
Okay, so
That's why I went to CeeDee Lamb, because I know CeeDee Lamb had like 1 or 2 WR1 years.
all right, so 2023 was 1.
Okay, what did he finish?
He finished.
Because he was a WR2 before that. You know, he was always finishing in the teens.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm considering 12 or better as a WR.
Okay. All right.
Because
now this is why I say
consider
this.
low end WR
So now imagine this.
a real thing.
And this is why this is probably, I'm trying to make sense of this whole put a cap on individual players, right? So this is what I think they mean. It's like when your player is super good, but you're like, okay, you really only showed me 1 time, so I'm going to put a cap on you that even if you do blow up and exceed this, I'm not required to break the bank on you. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
think
got you.
This is what they mean here.
Okay. Now the league is.
How do you determine that though?
Oh, this is the weirdest thing.
Like, well, imagine this. Now you're getting drafted into the league, and you're like, well, you fit in this category of you can only be a level 2 tier. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Yeah.
Now the league may add 150 to 180 replacement refs if they can't get a deal done by May.
Cap. They'll end up paying these motherfuckers eventually.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I refuse to believe us gonna have the shittiest quality football this year. Because as much as we hit on the referees, bro, we need those referees in there. Imagine we get some shitty ones in there, like new guys. It might be even worse, or even worse than that, easier to control by the mob.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the Cleveland Browns.
Bro.
The Cleveland Browns withdrew their.
I am the mob.
The Browns withdrew their 5-year draft pick proposal. That was taken out yesterday. Now, as for the Raiders, they got the 29 Super Bowl in their house. And the last one they held was the 49ers Chiefs game, Super Bowl.
Really? What happened in 1994? Why do you have to bring that up?
I said no.
Bring
the last
one.
No, I wasn't mentioning. No, the Chiefs.
Why you got to bring
49ers, the last Super Bowl that.
Hey,
was
you know who won that one that we lost to? The Chiefs. Talk about that.
Oh, okay. Now, as for the 2030, they're possibly hoping to have it in the new Nashville Stadium.
Yeah, because it should be done in, I think, 2 years, they said.
Yeah. Now, as the NFL is also adding.
How fast are these buildings, bitches, now? Isn't that crazy?
Fast. They are. Now,
like Buffalo. But you know what's funny? Buffalo is not in any of the questions for being a host.
Because there's no dome.
But they're definitely going to have a new one, too, pretty soon here. So is Cleveland. Like these,
well, the
these
Bills is going to be open this year,
jump up overnight.
Yeah. That Bills stadium looks really good, though. But, that weather they have there. But, I don't know. Now, as for the NFL
You don't know what?
No, I mean, I remember, when I was living in Massachusetts.
Yeah, like share your thoughts.
No, when I was living in Massachusetts, right? They were all saying, hey, man, the Patriots deserve a Super Bowl. They had the new Gillette, but it wasn't domed, all right? But the Jets had at the time got a Super Bowl, and that thing wasn't domed.
The New York Giants. Too. It was the Giants.
Giants/Jets at the MetLife. Yeah.
But it was. Yeah, you're right. I guess I'm stupid for saying the Giants. You're right. It was the Giants.
Yeah, well, I remember Kraft saying, well, if the Jets/Giants could have it, why can't I have it? You know what I'm trying to say? But, hey, that was one thing when they built Gillette. They didn't film it.
Well, you know what's funny is that they actually, when Minnesota had a new joint, then back in 2017, then they had the Super Bowl there.
What's up, Albert?
And Minnesota is probably a shitty fucking area to have a Super Bowl. No offense to Dennis and everyone that's from. Shout out to all my Minnesotans, Minnesota. But the reason I'm pointing this out is because they have never even considered that as a Super Bowl site ever again.
No, they haven't. No,
they tried it out. And they're like, "Fuck that." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
they tried it out. They're like, "Screw that."
That's crazy.
Robert Kraft put a Robert Kraft put a
It's a week-long experience. That's
Radio
a
Row,
hindering
all
whole
this
thing.
shit.
yeah.
Super Bowl City. They call it Super Bowl City. Wherever is the host site, they morphed that entire area into Super Bowl City.
Yeah.
It's a sight to see. I've actually experienced it one time when in 2015, or it was 2016 the year, but the 2015 season when the Broncos played the Panthers, it was in Santa Clara, California, the Bay Area, and the main the Super Bowl City host site outside of where they're hosting the actual game at was in downtown San Jose. So it was dope. Like I got to see how they get down. This past year, the Super Bowl was in Santa Clara, but Super Bowl City, the site, was in San Francisco. There was a lot of discrepancies I heard of just hosting, and because the city is very condensed versus like San Jose, where it's very vast when you're talking metropolitan. You know what I mean?
What's up, Albert?
What up, Albert?
Now, Robert Kraft made a proposal about the 18-game schedule. 18-game season, 2-week buys, a shorter preseason by 1 game, and every team has to play an international game.
Who does that sound like, Lee?
That sounds like you.
Who's been saying that for years?
You have.
You know what he added to my statement?
What's that?
Every team should play international games. I
International,
love that.
Yeah.
There you go, Ralph. There you go, Ralph. What's his name, Rob? There you go, Rob. Let's go. Look at you, Bob.
Yeah.
Hell of an idea, that part.
Yeah.
Because why shouldn't we expose every team internationally?
Mm-hmm.
You know, London, those poor bastards, they had the Jags. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not repping the Jags. They're repping every fucking. You look at those London games that the Jags host. You look in the crowd. Every jersey is out there.
Exactly. It's never prominent. Yeah, you're right there.
Let's put every team international. I love that idea.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Now, John Harbaugh said his off-season program will start on April 7th, and the Giants are not done building and adding to their roster. Also. Now, the Eagles and the Patriots will have joint practices. They have it already planned. So that's that one there. Now, as
the owner, Robert Kraft, and the owner of the Eagles.
Oh, Lori?
Yeah, they have a great relationship.
Yeah.
That's why I'm perplexed why this A.J. Brown trade hasn't happened for real.
It's already collapsed.
Yeah, I'm surprised that happened.
I think the Eagles want to keep him
These
now.
are two organizations that have dueled in the greatest on the greatest stage, and they've also made several trades over the history of these organizations' existence. So it's kind of interesting that the AJ Brown thing didn't happen. Mind you, Romeo Dobbs on the block everywhere I got him.
Now, as for your 49ers, there's a few staff updates. Johnny Hollard is the run game coordinator, and KJ Wright is now the linebackers coach over in San Francisco.
That's dope, KJ Wright.
Yes, sir.
That's fucking
sir. Dope. Now, as for the Cowboys,
I hated him when he was a Seahawk.
Now the Cowboys are interested in Patrick Queen and Jeremiah Smith.
And they're also interested in Jordan Brooks.
Yes, I saw that
More
too.
so than Patrick Queen.
Now the Saints are maintaining. The Saints also this morning said they're maintaining a major Alvin Kamara role in that offense. So that's all smoke and mirrors what they're putting out there.
You know, thank you for saying that, because I was about to say, like, I feel like this is them trying to move him now.
Yeah.
Like, why do we have multiple blurbs on Alvin Kamara now?
Yeah. Now, as for the Cowboys, they said they
pause.
Nope. As for the Cowboys, they said they are committed long term to George Pickens. It's just now about numbers and how many years. Now, I
hate liars.
Now, as for your 49ers, they plan on reducing Christian McCaffrey's workload with more of Jordan James this coming season.
And you know what I plan on doing?
What? What's that?
Administering a higher dose of human growth hormone for my guy, CMC. PEDs give me money.
Now,
Let's go.
as for the Jacksonville
Let's
Jaguars,
fucking go.
as for the Jaguars, there's a possible Orlando relocation for the 2027-2028 season
Who said that?
because they're having a lot of their stadium fixed and all that
What's
kind of
going on
stuff.
over there?
They're doing a whole section over, so that from 27 to 28 they could be in Orlando. They're waiting to get
This is the Dolphins, right?
Huh?
This is the Dolphins?
This is the Jaguars.
Oh, the Jaguars. Oh, okay. I was going to say, because the Dolphins are the cheapest.
Yeah.
The Jags are not cheap.
No.
What's his name?
Khan. Yeah.
He is not cheap. Khan is the melanin version of Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
You don't have a Khan if you don't have a Jerry Jones.
Now,
That's
also,
a fact.
yeah.
Listen, look at what Khan does, bro.
AEW.
Khan has, he does wrestling. He does fucking football.
Yeah, he does British soccer.
British soccer. Like, this guy is a mogul-minded individual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He don't look at. You know how great it is for him, for his Jags to like get into the playoffs. He don't even give a fuck about actually winning the Super Bowl. Like, listen,
It's just the money. It's just about the money.
I mean, shit. Like, as shitty as the Jags are, look at how many playoff appearances they have compared to the Cowboys in the entire existence of the Jaguars organization and the Texans organization. Look at the playoff appearances compared to what we consider as a great ran organization with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of crazy.
Now, Sean McVay said yesterday at the meetings that Matthew Stafford will be on a year-to-year contract going forward.
Of course he will be.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Breeze and Brady? Their last 3 years in the league, they took $50 million fully guaranteed every year.
Yep.
1 year, $50 million fully guaranteed.
As for Gang Green's New York Jets, they're going to resume Breece Hall contract talks post-draft.
Yep. A lot of post-draft action.
And as for, I told Gang Green earlier, before backstage, the Broncos are targeting a new stadium by 2031.
Why were you telling Gang Green about that?
Because we were shooting the shit backstage.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering why you brought that up, right?
Yeah.
So this is pretty badass. What do you think Denver would try to do? Do you think they would try to go indoor?
I thought of that too.
Because here's my thing: are we gonna move towards the era where if you're an open dome, your open stadium, if you're in a good weather area, I think that we're getting towards this phase of football where they're gonna start doing everything that has any kind of weather issues is in a dome
to get Super Bowls,
right? But you can't take away elevation, so maybe it won't affect their advantage because playing in Denver is an advantage. You know, I call Bill Belichick the evil emperor because when he was in his prime coaching the Patriots, it almost felt like they can call the weather on anytime they were in hosting the playoffs.
Yeah,
right?
you ain't lying. That's true.
And their players were accustomed to this weather, so it was a clear advantage, right? Like, you can't take away the elevation from where Denver plays.
No.
So even if they were to put a dome stadium there, players still have to get acclimated to the elevation early because that's just how it is when you play in those areas. That's why New Mexico don't got a team. Yeah. Is New Mexico as high as Denver in elevation?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure on that one, Bug. I don't know. Now, as for Shedeur Sanders, he switched to number 2.
Is it because he thinks he's the shit?
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking...
No, Lee, answer that question.
Yes.
Does he switch to number 2 because he thinks he's the shit?
Well, I don't know. I don't need to know if he took A or B.
No.
No, he right now they're saying Massage Watson is the front runner.
And that answer my question is fine. Continue.
Yeah.
I just wanted your opinion.
I
Not what you're reading.
No, you know what? I'm not a Shador fan.
Okay. There's the honesty I was looking for.
Yeah, that's honesty. I'm not a Shador fan.
That's all I'm ever asking, Lee.
That's all you're gonna get from me. Now, as for your San Francisco 49ers, they are likely to play the Miami Dolphins on November 22nd in Mexico City.
It's because I said it.
And the reason that we were just speaking about was the Denver Broncos were involved, but they said no because Denver is already used to the elevations of the altitude. So they took that out of the equation. They felt they already had home field advantage on that part. So that's why they gave them the Miami Dolphins are the rumored Mexico City for y'all. Now, as for the Seahawks, they're going to be featured on the first Hard Knocks this summer.
Hold on. Mexico City, that's another one of them high elevations.
Yeah.
That's the highest.
That's the highest.
That's the highest. There you go.
Yeah. Now, the
Hey,
Seahawks.
motherfuckers is kicking 60-yarders like it's 40.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Now, the Seahawks will be the first team on Hard Knocks that starts on August 11th, and the Patriots will be the second one on Hard Knocks in 2027 or later in the year.
Who gives a fuck?
That's so on that. That's all the news I have for today, folks.
I'm being a dickhead on that
And
one.
as Bake says in that Jerry Jones voice, look here, Con, I want your Jags to come to Texas and be America's Jags.
Yeah, you got to read it in Uncle Jerry's voice.
Oh, I can't do that like you, Bogey.
You live in Texas, bro.
Yeah, but I
Give me
live
Uncle
in
Jerry.
Texas
Read
and
it.
everything's bigger in
Read
Texas.
that comment
I want
again,
nothing
Lee, in
to do
Uncle
with
Jerry's
that shit.
Bakes kindly requested in Uncle Jerry's voice. Read that comment, Lee.
Look here, Con. I want your Jags to come to Texas and be America's Jags. Can you do that for me? Nah, I mean, Con, laugh my ass off.
That's pretty good. Thank you, Lee. That's all I was asking.
I can't
That was good.
But Bogey, I can't do the Jerry voice like you, y'all.
You're in Texas, man. You should know that
I know I'm in
you're
Texas.
you're married to a Southern Belle.
Drawl don't come out.
You're
of me.
married to a Southern Belle, bro.
Yeah. But
You should be able to mimic a Texas drawl.
But I don't want to.
Listen here, Lee. I'll have you know. See, I can just turn it on. I'm not even from Texas.
I can't.
Nor am I with the Southern Belle.
Because there's sometimes I'm like, I tell Sarah, I can't even understand that motherfucker.
Damn. Hey, you know what's funny? It's like I'm from the West Coast. I'm from California specifically. Every time I'm pretty well traveled in the United States, at least. I well traveled only in the United States. I've only been out the country to Mexico, honestly, and Canada. Never been anywhere else, right? But very well traveled in the United States. And when they go, oh, where you from, bruh? Oh, I'm from California. I'm from the Bay Area. First of all, I wouldn't even say California. I would usually go, I'm from the Bay. And they go, what, Tampa? No. Green Bay? No. Like, and then let alone, what I go, oh, I'm from San Jose. Where is that? Mexico? Right? No, the Sharks. The San Jose Sharks. Oh, okay.
yeah.
So, even worse, and when I'm in the South, what nationality are you? Oh, I'm Filipino. You know karate? They never met one. Then thank God for Pacquiao. He put us on the map. You know what I mean? Oh, like Pacquiao. Yeah. You know what's funny? It's like, here's the worst one. Where you from, bro? California.
All right. Well,
they go like this. Hold on, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, where you from? California. Oh, yeah? Yeah. You could surf? No. Like, it's so funny. Even when people come to California and they realize what Northern Cali is. Like, I'm from Northern Cali, but then there's like Oregon Cali. Like when you go like up there, it's a whole nother thing up there. You know what I mean? Like people don't even realize how like, we're literally the second biggest state, third. It's like Texas, Nevada, us. I forget the order.
Well,
Texas, us, Nevada, something like that.
I think
Bring us
Texas.
a motherfucker, bro.
Well, the NFL owners have approved an expansion of behavioral and mental health services.
I thought you were done, bro.
No, this just came out. Teams must now have a full-time mental health clinician at their facility.
Yes, they should.
Now, and also, the Texans have discussed a potential blockbuster contract extension with Will Anderson early this morning. So there's in discussions on a contract.
Yep, we're anticipating. We're expecting this. Not
Yes,
even
sir.
anticipating. We're expecting.
No, it
this.
was coming.
Yeah. Pause.
Just pause. Yeah, pause. Oh, bogey.
Excuse me. My bad for my. I'm feeling a little big pause, dickheady-ish this morning. I'm just like It's not that I'm mad at the world. It's just that I'm just demanding the world this time around. Like I think that's how I'm gonna approach shit this from here on out. Like you know what I'm saying? I think that's what everyone should do. Command and demand what you want out of yourself, and the world will follow. They will fall in line. So my bad for anything that came off as rude today.
It's all good.
It's just this is the normal Bogart moving forward. I'm only gonna demand and command greatness from everyone.
Oh, yeah.
It starts with me. Starts with me. People die, bro. We gotta live while we're alive. And we gotta live great.
We do.
I'm gonna demand it of everyone. Let's fucking go.
That's right.
You know why I say this?
What?
It's like I'm like a stunt man. I'm gonna attempt the stunt. I'm like Evil Bogey Knievel. Right? I'm gonna get paid for the attempt too, by the way. Right? Whether I pull it off or not. But with that said, as long as I die in the attempts of living, I think I'm gonna be okay with that. I know I'm gonna be great with that. Because I know that we're gonna be great.
What up, Peacock?
We don't live to get to that point. At least I know I will die in attempts of it.
Peacock says, "What up, my guys? My job's still going. Been crazy busy since I came back from rodeo." Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, they knew Peacock was out there living. Like, oh, you want to go to rodeo? Oh, we're gonna overwork you. Watch this. See, here's the thing. That's another individual that I know personally, just like everyone else on the Gen Wealth Net. You know what I'm saying? The entire Gen Wealth Net staff. I'll just say that. How about that? Pause. That sounded crazy. The entire Gen Wealth Net. We are all worth a motherfucker. We are worth this motherfucker like a motherfucker, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. The understanding of your worth too is where it starts. You know what's crazy about understanding your worth? Your worth, you can't put a dollar figure on it. We're priceless. We're priceless, bro. We're priceless. You can't put a price on this shit. That's why we're always gonna never be content. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There should always be that feeling that I'm not being paid worth that I am. Because we'll never be paid worth that we are, because we're priceless, bro.
Also, Peacock told me to mention there's an upcoming sale coming April 6th to the 7th. It's 15% off with code site-wide 15 at checkout.
I got a new plain Jane ID I need done from Peacock. I'm gonna hit them after this one. I want to order a bunch of them too. Right out the gate. I want the super plain Jane joint. This is something I've been thinking about for a long time. It's along the lines of the same 24. You know what I mean? Want to wear something that means something.
And Peacock just says the Texans are seeking to extend Will Anderson, and exercise Stroud's 5th-year option, again.
Because that's how you're gonna get the best out of CJ Stroud. You know what's crazy about CJ Stroud? It goes back to our conversation earlier, bro. It's the trenches, bro. If CJ Stroud is well protected, bro, he's gonna light it all the way the fuck up. Look what he's already done. You see what I'm saying? Like, here's what's crazy is like we're living in a day and age, the ultimate gratification in whatever industry is getting to the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't get to the top, everything you did is discredited, so to speak. Oh, you didn't do enough. Like you know, like how I used to view Alex Smith with the Niners. Like, yeah, fuck Alex Smith. You know what I mean? You were never the guy, right? You were good, not good enough. So you're always gonna be measured as far as your success in hindsight. Look at CJ Stroud. 3 years, or what is it? 3 years in the league, going into his 4th year, where they have to exercise the 5th-year option. He has a playoff win under his belt every year. Every fucking year. You know what I mean? Kirk Cousins, he has more than Kirk Cousins, who's played an entire career. You know what I mean? He has more playoff wins, CJ Stroud does, than Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? The other Texas team. Like, it really starts with the trenches if you don't have an otherworldly offensive-minded coach. You know what I mean? They have a defensive-minded coach. So that's also a challenge when you're the Texans, having a defensive-minded coach whose job is very secure. That means you have to have an innovative new offensive mind every time to replace when they have success on offense. Because look at this. They haven't had the ultimate success on offense yet. Otherwise, they would just keep their coordinator. You know what I mean? Yes. They're shuffling through coordinators because of it.
They did.
Yeah, that's how it be.
Yeah.
Should we get out of here?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's
Yo,
do it.
and
Take us home, Lee.
You coming on tonight?
Pause. First of all, maybe.
Right.
I got some shit going
all
on.
Right.
Yeah, if I show up tonight, everyone. With that said, stay tuned live Stay tuned live, not as in the saying that too, but stay tuned live on YouTube. That channel. Stay tuned live. Everybody sub to that. Shout out to our guy JB and the whole gang at Stay Tuned Live. Tuesday, 7:00 p.m. West Coast time.
Yep. Shout out to Peacock. Shout out to JD. And I know they'll both be joining us soon. And join us Friday for another edition of Wake Your Game Up.
Yes, sir. Peace out,
you fellas. Have a wonderful day.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Sky, I run a tight ship. Loose lips sink ships, run shit, dripping like a runny faucet. Let that sink in. Table full of bosses at the meeting, double crosses, and we gon' have to toss you off the deep end, baller blockers. They tryna block my shine, solar eclipse. I'm a mobster and a doctor. I prescribe your daily fix. From the tech mecca, we lit, we see chips. Bench presser pumping this weight, the bees flip. Don't let the tech stretch you talking that shit, get greenlit. Silly suckers tried to ride my wave, got seasick. How I'm living, counting this chicken, we out eating. AM to the PM every day, carpe diem. Yeah, I'll tell you about that money off top. Bogart, gotta feed somebody. Look, I don't know nothing except make more money. If you ain't got no money, then you ain't nobody. Money is a religion, righteous cause for sinning. Riding for the cause, we've been down from the beginning. 100 miles are running, all your mouths are running. If you ain't talking money, then you ain't saying nothing. Yeah, we finna ball like recess. Stash bands in the wall and the heat vents. Vacuum sealed so the smell don't seep in. I represent the underworld, this ain't no secret. Stay 10 toes down, both feet pressed. Duck the alphabet, boys, cover up my feet prints. They know my name, I'm heavy in this game, knee deep in this thing. I ain't just get my feet wet. We way fresher, so they got vendetta. So we keep stick with us, leave you with a leaky defense. How I'm living, counting this chicken, we out in AM to the PM every day, carpe diem. Yeah, I'll tell you about that money off top. Bogart gotta feed somebody. Look, I don't know nothing except make more money. If you ain't got no money, then you ain't nobody.